Litecoin is pumping this morning. Hey, welcome to the Jim of All Trades channel. Glad you're here. My name's Jim. I'm a crypto trader and a Forex trader, here to help you understand the market from an Elliott wave perspective. I primarily use Elliott wave to interpret the market, and that's what I can offer you. If this is your first time, glad you made it. Glad you found me. We're going to give you daily wave calls and daily trajectories for where the waves could go, and just looking at all the scenarios. So this is a great channel to add to your repertoire of crypto TA. I give a perspective that I don't think anybody else is giving daily Elliott wave. So with that being said, glad you're here. We're going to jump into the charts this morning. I'm on a little weekend with my wife here, and we saw Brian Regan last night in concert. Man, he was amazing. Not concert, but he did a show. It was so funny, so funny. So hey, be listening for the daily comment that makes no sense. Yeah, the random comment. Yesterday's comment was the big yellow one's the sun. It's a Brian Regan line from his comedy, and anyway, today we'll have one as well. So lots of you saw that one yesterday, but just be listening for that and make sure you put it in the comments, and that'll get those comments filled in, and we can have some fun doing it. Okay. All right, let's jump in. We're gonna look at Litecoin. We're gonna look at Bitcoin and Ethereum, and just try to analyze this market. We've got a lot of interesting things to say. Some really important information. This might be a little bit of a longer video, but I think it's gonna be worth your time if you're trading, because you really want to know. And I'm getting a bead on this count, this Elliott wave count here for these things, and the market isn't completely showing its hand, but it's close. And so I want to help you see what we're seeing. Okay. All right, let's jump in. We are looking at Litecoin here, but we're going to start with Bitcoin first, and then we'll take a peek at Litecoin, and then go from there. All right, what can we expect here? What are we looking at here? Well, we've got two counts possibility. Okay, let me just delete this here. I am on a laptop, and I don't have a mouse today, so my ability to maneuver this chart is going to be a little hindered because I'm using the pad. So we'll just see. I'm not so used to it, and so I'm going to have to see what we can see here. All right, so what we might have is a triangle, and that's still not out of question, okay? But if we're having a triangle, we've got an A, a B, there's your C. We need to be making the D, and you say, hey, looks like the D is done. It came up almost to the trend line. No, it's not. Let me just talk to you why that D can't be done. It's not even close to done yet. If this is a triangle. If it's a triangle, what you have to have in every wave, let me see if let's do green today. How about that? And really a thick line so we can just see it. There we go. What you need to have is 3 waves, okay, in each line. So you see the 3 waves here, okay. Then you're going to see the 3 waves here. We got 3 waves working here. Now what we need to see is 3 waves here, and so get all that off the chart there. So we need to be seeing 3 waves like that to finish up this triangle. Now, if we get that, then we're looking good for a triangle. So we really need to watch for that. Okay, so that's still in play, but this is still not finished. Now, this middle wave needs to also be 3 waves to the downside. We've only gotten just a straight down push. Not sure if we can count that as 3 waves or not. We'll have to wait and see if we get any more push. So that's a potential, just macro. Let me just talk to you about the other potential here. The other potential here is we've just got a big WXY, which I've been talking about this for days and days and days. In fact, I've been talking about WXY since back here, and here, once we got to this level and started coming down, we really confirmed a really strong potential of the WXY here. Well, we got a W, we got an X, and then we got a Y wave. Okay. All right. Where did that go? It just disappeared on me. Let's try it again. I'm having a hard time, guys. I'm doing my best. There we go. W, X, and a Y. There it is. All right. Now, what a WXY is, it's basically a double correction. It's 2 ABCs back to back with an X wave ABC in the middle. So that would be basically an A, a B, and a C. Then you'd have an A, a B, and a C there. And so what we need to see now is an A. Just got our B. I think it could be finished. It's close if it's not. And a C right there. Okay, ABC right there. So what that would make this ABC, which is really a tricky one, is there's an expanded flat right there. Look that up on Google. An expanded flat is a difficult correction where the B wave comes down, makes a lower low than the origination of the A wave, and then the C wave comes on up. It can come up at least as high as the top of A, or even higher than that. And so that's a flat correction like this. There's a regular flat. Here's a running flat where the C wave comes up short and it just continues down. So those are the different flat corrections. And so it would seem that this B wave is a three wave running, not running flat, expanded flat, and that could be finished in Bitcoin. So the implications are really, really important that we understand here. I don't want to give you too much information, but also this is critical for you to understand and why and where we're going, what the implications are. So now let's zoom into this is the 8 hour. Let's zoom into the 2 hour chart, and let's just look at this ABC here. Okay. Now, if this is an expanded flat, we've got to consider it. Okay. So a couple things you need to understand. I'm trying to go fast here, but I don't want to go so fast. It's a Saturday. You might just grab some coffee and really, really understand this, because this is critical that you grab this. All right. In this expanded flat, we should have some kind of a 5-wave structure, 3-wave structure, and then we're going to get a 5-wave. Okay. Now the big question mark is that 5-wave complete? Is that 5-wave complete? Now the other possibility here is, if this is the triangle scenario that I shared about, then what we're going to get is a 5 waves to the upside, 3 to the downside, and then another 5 waves to the upside. We're going to have basically a 5, 3. This is so bad. 5 right there. So that's what that correction would look like. And so do we have that? I don't know. We don't know. We got to wait and see. But those are the things we're looking at. So if we're dealing with the WXY, and we're going to be going down to about $8,000 to $7,500 mark. Okay, that's the projection. That's where we're headed potentially, and we're looking for that. If this is an ABC, we're going to come back down to this. We're going to kind of go up. We're probably going to end up as high as this wave is. We're going to go up to past this trend line. It's going to look like it's breaking out of the triangle. Then it's going to come back down, retest this bottom about $9,400, $9,600, $9,800 in that ballpark, and then we're going to be shooting to the moon. We're going off to the races, and that's the implication here. Here, let me go zoom back out and just explain the implications of whether it's a triangle or it is a WXY. So if we're dealing with a triangle, and this is why it's really, really critical that we understand it and pay attention. We got basically A, B, C. We're making the D. It's probably going to break out of this area, then retest, and then it's off to the races. We're going up. We're going to pass $15,000 easy. If that's a triangle, but so you can see how this shape to the untrained eye is looking like a triangle. In this WXY, but the difference is we're going to be coming here, we're going to be retesting this. Everybody's going to be expecting this to come down, especially those who think it's a triangle, but they don't know that this is 5 waves. They're going to be expecting it to come and then bounce up, but what's going to happen is you're going to get a 1 wave to the down. And let me get all that junk off the screen so you can see it. And here's the market maker play. That 5 waves is complete. It came back and retested this line right here. Everybody's thinking, oh yeah, we got a triangle, definitely. This is all the TA. It's going to come down here. It's going to bounce off this trend line. It's going to come up here, and everybody thinks it's going to the moon. Nope, it's going to come down, boom, like that. And so that's the implications here of this WXY or the triangle. And so this is very, very tricky. But in my opinion, I think we're in the WXY. We are going down to to $7,000, $7,500. That's my first target. 8,000 is my first target. 75 is my next target. I guess the top of that structure, we need to break that $9,000 level for sure. So we'll have to be watching that. So yeah. All right, so that's what I'm looking at here, big picture. Let's go back to that small picture and just let's talk about what we should expect. All right, so the big question mark is, what is going on with this 5-wave move here? This 5-wave move looks complete. It looks like a completed 5-wave, but I want you to understand a couple scenarios here. And I'm sorry for all the scenarios, but yeah, you've just got to understand it. So I'm doing my best to make it available for you to understand. What we could be seeing here is a finished 5-wave move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or the better way to count it would be there's 3, There's 4. And there's 5. There's 5 waves. It measures impulsively. It's a fantastic impulse wave. Really, really good. Could be a completed C wave. So we've got an A, a B, and a C. And there's our expanded flat, and it's finished. Now, if that's the case, what we should be expecting then is a 5-wave impulse to the downside, down to that $8,000 range that I was telling you about. Okay, so this would be something like the 1 should have a retest here, this level here too, and then coming down for 3, 4, 5 like that. That's potential. That is, somebody, a friend of mine said, stop using potential all the time. Okay, I'll try not to do it. I'll try to use a different word. That is a possibility. That is a likely scenario. And I don't know. I forgot to look at his thesaurus. Even he went so far to show me the other words that could be used. Okay, so that could happen. It could. All right, what else could it be? Let's see here. Okay, 5 waves is complete. What if 5 waves isn't complete and that's actually 4 waves we're looking at, and we're going to make the 5th? And that is, could be 1, 2. There's 3. Okay, all that is 3. This is the 4 wave, and then we got 1 more push up to the upside. We did have a target between 11.2 and 11.4, and that is still a potential 11,200. I think is my fib level that we're looking at. So if that's a 4 wave, and it could be, then you can see our 618 level here is about 11,200, and that's going to look like it's going to break out of that triangle. I think that's going to be our false move. If that comes, I can see that as a false move to the upside. There, I don't know if the market makers are going to give us that or not. They may have already given us our, they had a false move here, drew in a lot of longs, and then tanked it. We're getting a down move now, so we'll have to wait and see if this down move right here doesn't, break this low. Then we're doing good. Let's check the fib retracement here. Does it look like a 4 wave? Yeah, I mean, it really does, actually. Right now, where it is, you see how it came down to between the 382 and the 50%. That's a common 4 wave. The only problem is we broke this structure, and that's, but we only wicked down to it. So I think that's the big question mark here. Is this a 4 wave, or is this something else? Now, what I'm thinking here is that we're going to be coming down. This is very impulsive. It's not 3 waves at all. It's just straight down. So we're going to have to wait and see. We could get a triangle in here. Could get something. If it's a 4 wave, we could get something complex here. So let's watch that. All right. Now, if that 5 waves is not complete, watch $11,200. If we come back and make a high, I wouldn't expect it to go much higher than 11,000. We need to see 5 waves to the upside. So I'm getting somebody messaging me here. Let me turn it off here so I can. There we go. All right. What else could it be? Now, if this 5 waves is complete, another possibility, if it's a triangle, is that this 5 waves is done, and then we're getting 3 waves to the downside, and it's going to come back and retest this structure area right down here. Excuse me, I've got a cough. At least it wasn't a yawn. All right. So right here, the structure area probably going to make 3 waves down to the downside. We have an impulse wave, 5 waves. We're going to get 3 waves up and then 5 waves to the downside. So that's going to be our B wave, and then we're going to get 5 more waves to the upside there. Still going to test that 11,200 to 11,400 range. It's still not. I mean, it's still not looking like it's going to go much higher than that. I haven't put the fibs on that, and I really don't know. If I had to guess here, let's just guess what the fibs might give us if it's comes down back here to structure. Yeah, I was still looking at 11.4 to, this depends on how low this thing comes. This is just completely ballpark guessing, 11.6, 11.2 to 11.6 range, if it's an ABC to the upside. I don't think that's the case, guys. I don't think that's very likely, but I want you to know that it's still in the cards. All right, I'm trying my best not to use potential. All right, so what are we looking for? How do we trade this if we don't know what's happening? Let's go to the 15. Let's see. How about the 45-minute chart? Does that give me enough detail here? Yeah, it does. I want you to know right now, my computer's been acting up, and sometimes it's just cutting out on me. I've already tried this once. If for some reason this thing cuts out, I'm just going to upload this video as is, and this is the end. So if for some reason this thing cuts out on me, I might just upload it, and this is what you get. And my apologies sincerely. So I'm just going to say that. And then, so if you know if this video just ends abruptly, then you understand why I did that. Okay, I'm just not at home with my home computer, and I'm just at the mercy of this guy holding in there. Okay, now it looks like this wave has the potential to come on up here to 11,600 if it's corrective. If we're looking for an ABC, this would be our A wave. Okay, we're looking for a B wave up here, and then a C wave. Okay, there would be our ABC to the downside. Then we'd be looking for 5 waves to the upside. Okay, and that's if it is a triangle. Okay, now again, these two scenarios are still on the table. If it's not a triangle, this is a 1 wave, and we're getting a 2 wave. So we're going to get something like this instead. 1, we get a 2 wave somewhere up in this region. 3, 4, 5, like that. Okay, it's going to be something to that effect. So watch that. Well, let's wait and see. Let's go to the 15-minute chart and just look at the current wave that we're in. Let's see what we have. All right, so if this is corrective, looks like we're going to come on up here to 10,500 to 10,600. It looks like those are our possibilities. I imagine it's possible that it could go down from here, looking like it's trying to, but that's probably a 4 wave. Probably looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're getting 5. 5 to the upside. This looks very corrective, a corrective shape. So I'm not putting a lot of stock in this going extremely high here. So it looks like we're going to get something like that. Look at 10,612 as our high point, but 10,540 is another high point. You might consider, if it looks very reversalish there, opening a short to the downside there. We had a good short potential up here, which I talked to you about yesterday. All right, so you have to be aware that this could just be ABC to the downside, then we're going to get another big up move, okay? Or this is a 1 wave, and we're followed by, you can see 5 waves there. It's very impulsive, okay? A very impulsive shape right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, let me try it again. Here, let me count it with this. It'd be easier, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. No. 5. Okay, I don't know where 5 went. There it is. It's hiding behind 4. This laptop, I need a mouse. I didn't get a mouse. So yeah, so there we go. There's 5 waves, so we're getting 3 waves to the upside. I think we're going to get a reversal at 10.5 to 10.6. Okay, so be aware of that. And you guys know the deal. Don't forget, I just want to mention my live stream tomorrow night, Sunday night charts at 8 o'clock Eastern time, 9 o'clock Central. What is that? That is, no, it's not 9. No, I'm sorry. It's, 8 o'clock Eastern. No, sorry, 9 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Eastern, sorry, 8 o'clock Central, and 6 o'clock Pacific time, and wherever else you are in the world, it'll be at your time. You gotta convert that, okay? All right, let's look at Litecoin. Let's take a peek at what's going on. Here is our small time frame. It's looking very corrective here. Just wanted to show you this ABC. We had a 5-wave impulse here. This is, I'm pretty certain that this is an ABC, and we're done, and we're heading down from here to another low here. I feel pretty confident about that, but you know, only as certain as you can be. We had an impulsive wave right here. It measured relatively impulsively, but here's the interesting thing: we had an impulse here to the downside as well, which very, very interesting. Or at least it seems to measure impulsively down to the downside, and then we had an impulse wave to the upside. It seems, actually, was that an impulse to the downside? Let me look at that. Let me just measure that. I'm having to remember my fibs here. Yeah, I mean, look at that. We had a 5-wave move to the downside, and then an impulse upside. I mean, so it's very odd what Litecoin is doing here, to be honest with you. It seems manipulated. Potentially this is a manipulated pump, but it's making me think that all this structure is right here is an A, a B, and a C. And you'll see that the B wave came below the origin of the A wave, which makes it an expanded flat. Watch what happens when I put the fibs on this move. It came down up here to the 1276, just past it, but we did not make the 1618. Looks like we're getting a reversal wave potentially. Now, it looks like we've got an A, a B, or this could be a big WXY, really. But we've got A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This could be 1, 2, 3. We could get a 4 and then a 5 wave. It still comes up and tests this region. That's a possibility as well. If we break $71, if we break 70.57 to 71, that's going to be a 1618 level. We have to step back and may have to relook at Litecoin in a different light. But based on my understanding of Bitcoin and where Bitcoin is going, potentially, I think that I'm not certain that this is heading up anymore. But be aware of that. I don't know the future, but I'm just telling you what I'm seeing and what my gut's telling me. That's just my opinion, right? This isn't financial advice. I'm not here to give you financial advice or tell you what's definitely going to happen. I'm just going to tell you what my perspective is and what I'm seeing in the chart, and that's what you get here. All right, now when I look at the macro here, this looks like a very odd shape, but it's looking like an ending diagonal, potentially. So sorry about the potential, but there it is. It is potentially an ending diagonal, which an ending diagonal is made up of 5 waves, and the first wave is the longest, and it's made up of 3 waves. We've got 1. Let me try that again here. Excuse me. 1. There's just a 2 there, and then here's the 3. It's not the longest wave, but it's also not the shortest. I keep misclicking. Sorry. Let's try it again. 1, 3 waves. 2 is 3 waves. 3 is 3 waves. Now we need a 4 that's going to be 3 waves, and it could come up here. So we could be coming up here, likely. That's a possibility that this whole big thing is an ABC. Yeah, that's a possibility. And then so we could be coming up to the, and I said it yesterday. I did say it as a possibility to get up to $7,500. Excuse me, $75 with Litecoin. That is a likelihood. I have to see. We'll have to see. If we pass $70, if we pass that $71, like I told you, then let's see. The top of that wave is 71.22. Yeah, if we pass that, we're probably going to go up and test that $75 region. Let's take a peek at that here on the 2-hour chart. Let's look at that. What would that give us? Right there, to there, to there. Yeah, 73 to 75.61. Yeah. There you go. Could get it. We could get it. Don't know that, but could. You've got this, and that could be our 4 wave. Okay, and then we'd be heading down. Yeah, the funny thing is that you've got Litecoin running without Bitcoin today. Bitcoin's just kind of so I don't know what's going on behind the scenes with the market makers, why they're pumping them separately. And Litecoin's the only one really pumping. XRP pumped a little bit this morning as well, but Litecoin's the only one really pumping today. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on there, behind the scenes with the people actually moving the market. I wish I understood completely all those things, but so let's watch out. This could be ABC, or this could be a 1, 2. There's 5 waves there. This could be a 2 wave. We could be coming down for 3, 4, 5 like that. So this could have been. This could have been 4, the 4th wave, and it's complete. And then we're going down. So we'll have to watch and see. Watch that $71 range I said. If we pass $71, $73 is our target to $75.61 is another possible target for Litecoin, okay? But I'm still looking for one more push to the downside. I need a 5th wave down to the downside. So if we don't get that, then we're not looking at an ending diagonal at all. We're looking at something else that is already finished. Really, really hard wave. I don't have a lot of confidence in my count for Litecoin. I want you guys to be aware of that. I want to tell you that I don't have a lot of confidence here in my count for Litecoin because it's just such a challenging wave to to measure. But my bias is an ending diagonal, but you know, it's not perfect. This could be a WX and then actually, yeah. See, this looks like an ABC. This looks like ABC, but we would expect them to get an ABC. And yeah, just this whole wave. This looks like a 5-wave impulse rather than. So yeah, that's what I've got to say about that. All right, let's look at Ethereum and see what we've got going on with Ethereum. All right, if you made it this far in the video, we need a random comment. I like green eggs and ham. I like them, Sam? I am something like that. Favorite Dr. Seuss quote or green eggs and ham? How'd that be? I like them. Would you eat them in a train? Would you eat them on a plane? All right, let's see here. We've got Ethereum. Let's go out to the 8-hour chart here. Take a peek at what's going on there. Now, Ethereum looks much more like an ending diagonal. 5th wave ending diagonal or a C wave. I'm not exactly sure what, but you can see this line here. You can see this line there. Pay no attention to my arrow on the chart. That's something old. Pay no attention to that 4 as well. That's an old count. Every time I reload the chart, it kind of reloads an old version of it, and so I've got to figure that out with TradingView, why it keeps doing that. All right, so that's what I'm looking at there. Is that 3 waves complete? You know, A, B, C, some kind of a 3-wave, or WXY that's, you know, finished, or is this a ending diagonal? And it really is looking like a potentially a 1. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we got to come down one more time. I really do. We got to come down one more time. But here's the deal, and this is what's got me. If we got to come down one more time, you know, how is that going to correlate with Bitcoin coming down? And what will that look like? So yeah, that's a big question mark for me. Really big question mark. Not sure, guys. I have very big question marks with the alts here and how are they correlating with Bitcoin. I wish I had a better answer for you. When I'm in that kind of scenario, I just kind of wait and see, and I trade smart. I trade the chart that I can see. And so for me right now, Bitcoin's the chart that I can see the best. I'm not really trading Litecoin. I love Litecoin. That's my baby, and I'm not really trading Litecoin right now because I can't see it. I can't understand it. I'm not trading. I don't trade Ethereum, but I wanted to share this count with you. So my bias right now is that we need to come down here to the 150 range, 155 range at least. Another potential, a really bearish potential here is that this is a 1 wave, and we're still making a 3 wave. Now it's diagonal shape, so I don't like this, guys. I'm not a big fan of this, and I really kind of poo-poo it, to be honest with you. But we'd be coming down here to 156, having a bounce, and then going down more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you can't really have a diagonal in a 3rd wave, and that's what we have going on. So I kind of dismiss that as just pie in the sky. I don't think that's the case. All right, let's look back at Litecoin because she's pumping a little bit, and let's just see what's going on there. Remember, I said we could get one more push to the upside. We are getting that right now. That looks like our 5th wave right there. Still don't see a problem with this being an ABC. That's a super extended wave right there. Okay. You can see though, if we pass the 70-50 range in that ballpark, then we need to stand up and listen. But this is a super extended wave. Let's do the fibs on that wave again. One more time just to triple check it here before I sign off. See how we came up to the 2618 and we're continuing. We should be seeing a reversal here. So this final push to the upside I think is just fake out. But watch it. I could be wrong. It could be coming up here to that 3618 level. So we'll have to watch and see. All right, so be safe, guys, as you're trading. Be safe. Just reviewing here, I'm looking at a reversal potential here at 10,500 to 10,600 in Bitcoin. And Litecoin, I'm looking forward to reverse any time and head on down with Bitcoin. But we in Bitcoin we got the triangle. So we have a likelihood of going up to that 11,200 to 11,600 range. I want you to be aware of that. Ethereum looks like we got an ending diagonal. I don't know how to count. Looks like we need to go down one more time, and then we could be breaking out to the upside. So we'll have to wait and see what the charts are giving us, guys. We got to wait and see what the charts are giving us. Well, you guys have a fantastic Saturday. That's all I've got for you. Hope that video was helpful to you. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section. I'm going to be doing a separate video later on today because I promised it on EOS. I had a request for it. We're going to do EOS in a separate video. It's going to follow this one and be a very quick video. So, all right, you guys have a fantastic day. We'll talk to you later.